A friend asked.
Chat, I think a friend asked, hello! Are we here? Are we here? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we here? Do 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 do. Okay! I think we're here then. So, Katawa Shoujo's, OST, original soundtrack, is copyrighted. So, I'm not sure what to do exactly about that, but, uh, we'll just play. Bro, my program won't work, guys. What the Scolibity Wigma? And here we are. This game sucks. Oh. Oh. Yo, chill. Yo, chill. Okay. Here we are. We're gonna... We're gonna go out... we're gonna... Whoa, whoa! What the fuck? My fucking... No way! My microphone is broken! Oh my god, my microphone is actually broken! That's so sad. God. Yay! Yay! I've only had 4 song covers uploaded about it, but whatever. Oh, I still remember to keep adult content going. Okay. I don't know where the... Oh, there we go! I don't know why it... I don't know why it did that for... Whatever. Um... So... This is Katawa Shoujo. I've gotten a very decent amount of this game done. What I haven't gotten done is Emmy's route over here. The game really does not want me to beat this game. So, technically, if we go into extras and library, here's Emmy's route. Most of Act 2 is incomplete, but almost all of Act 3 and 4 are indeed. Hooray for socks, by the way, guys. Sex, drugs, but no rock and roll. Huh? Okay. Are we ready to start? Here we go. We're gonna start from the beginning. And we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. That's how we work here. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The decadus trees provide a beautiful green cacophony, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I'm ready for real. Let's go. I can't believe he's ready for real. So yeah, I've gotten really far into this game multiple different times. Done all of the routes. I think I have 80% on the library. I don't remember, but anyways. I breathed into my cupped hands and rubbed them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said like 4 p.m. Ah, yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way it shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snow gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently fall from the white painted sky, are the only signs of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. Yo, what the hell? Stupid ass advertisements. Let me mute my TV. Pussy bitch TV, ugly crap. Guys, you know what I'm gonna put on in the background? I'm gonna put on KATAWA SHOUJO, the complete piano collection from my boy Music Mike. Man, I love Music Mike. Made peak right there. Okay, I read this one. The rustling of... Fuck, I'm trying to do two things at once. I can't multitask. Okay. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone's approaching me from behind. Hi, Zo. You okay? Now, okay, before I make people mad with how I pronounce the main character's name, KATAWA SHOUJO. No one knows this kid's name. No one knows how to correctly pronounce this kid's name. I've seen far and wide of people, commentary people saying his name. No one's getting it right. I very much am not getting it right either. I say Hizo. Other people can say Hizo or something else. And while I think that sounds ugly as hell, so does Hizo. So if you look up this game anywhere, you better be prepared for fuck it. Yeah. You better be prepared for the main character's name to never be pronounced properly. A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. Oh my gosh, I'm in love! It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams. My heart begins to race. Love how we never see this girl's face, like, ever. Hi, Wanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. Was it yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. Oh! Bro is prepared. Bro's prepared. Yippee skippy. Oh my god, my freaking battery percentage is so low. Ew. Oh shit, guys, what's going on? My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly at the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows loud. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Heiza? I reach out to try and massage my throat. This only sends spikes of binding pain along my arms. River can't speak English, confirmed? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm a Japanese nerd. Sorry, man. I can't speak shit. I can't speak for shit, bro. Italian is my first language, guys. Heizo! My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. So, I'm not yelling. The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy, shut the fuck up, of bare branches, the dull winter sky. I want to go running towards me. All these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of my Wanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the trees above. Are the branches! Branches! Ah! Guys, I love Four Leaf Studios. Yo, is this intro session gonna take any longer? My god! It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I could probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. Arrhythmia? Arrhythmia? It's a very complex word, hold on. I've always pronounced it arrhythmia, but I also don't know. Arrhythmia. Pronunciation. Arrhythmia. Arrhythmia. So, arrhythmia. A strange word, a foreign, alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act shut up. Erratically, oh my god! And occasionally be way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They say it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit way harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the person I had gotten so many cards of flowers was because... The only reason I had gotten so many cards of flowers was just because sending me their sympathy had turned into a class... Sympathy! My god. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards of flowers was because sending me their sympathy had turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had any visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwaniko was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't even touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so personal, baseless. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and have millions of other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cartologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest, my chest slowly changes appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answers shows that there is at least some hope. At this point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked when I had a book in my hands, but I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading, and the weather outside felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I'd set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness of my chest would become so hard to bear that I had put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Today, the doctor came in and gave me a smile. He seemed excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. This is supposed to be some kind of special occasion. It's not a party. There's a ritual. There's this ritual the head cartologist has. He takes his time, sorting his papers, then setting them aside to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Heizo. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little. Back at him. I believe you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and look at it myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindications, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them and it's all so futile. Can't understand any of it. Tempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Yo, what? Please, calm down, Heizo. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he says it makes me know full well I won't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. What the fuck? At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? He's disabled? Disabled? What? Am I? It has a 24-hour nursing staff and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping homes nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise the fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't have to make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. Looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. You're calling it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity! Well, you should be... Oh, shit. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school. And it's not the same one. Special school, that's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All of the students are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around to learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right. As many of the graduates of the school has gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back to their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reason on reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. Yo, what did Foxworth say? I can't read the fucking thing! Stupid ass heart. Also, probably not the best time, lol, but I posted the song if you have time. It's called Project 612 Retake. Okay. No, that sounds fire, actually. That sounds fire. I think at some point we'll definitely be taking a look at that. There really isn't a choice, I know this, but the thought of going to disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. Clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I have something, even if it's just a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. The life expense. It's fucking bundle of items. Life expectancy, guys. We love Act 1. That took us... Oh, peep. That took us about 23 minutes from the beginning of the game. From the beginning of the stream, actually. Sorry. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster, assembled in a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I ended through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked through the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. Grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. Doesn't feel like the kinds of grounds a school would have. More like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. The words clean and hygienic pop into my mind. Makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it in as it comes. so I tell myself. A few big buildings loom at the leafy canopies. It's too big and too many just for a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley, even though I was told this is my new school. In the back of my mind, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. Makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself in something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. Makes me think about the hospitals again, how they say that operating rooms are painted green because green is a common color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization I said in my head, I opened the front door. Oh! The tall man with bad posture notices as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be... Niki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Moto. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asks you for a brief check-in visit. There's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get you going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable for a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost missed what the teacher's saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah. Yeah, sure, I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone wants to be the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right. It's no problem. Let's go then. My heart's pounding my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked classroom for class 3-3. Moto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing in the spot. Get a grip! This big step. I know that, but there isn't any point in worrying about it so much. Not at least this soon. I followed the teacher into the classroom and take a look around, particularly so I won't have to meet the curious gaze of my new classmates. Okay, so we've got Miki, we've got I think that's Miki, I don't remember. Then we got Hanako, we've got none of this class ever introduced ever again. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. The entire wall is taken up by blackboards and the high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for the books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stopped walking from the classroom and faced the other students. They all look normal, like any other student in the school, but why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Damn, fucking asshole. Okay, and then we've got fat kid in the back. He's cool. We've got Shizune. We've got Misha, whoever the fuck this is, and this girl who I legit never see again. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me, a girl with really long, straight hair. That is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands and makes herself invisible. There is one boy with a cane and gets lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone was so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language. She peers at me over the rim of her glasses and goes back to whatever she was doing. She's kind of cute. So is a cheery looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hand together. and so does everyone else, except one girl on the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing, and thanks for the applause I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Heizo Nakai, and after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along with everyone. I hope to get along well with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This guy who, like every self-introduction ever. Something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what I said, though a few were whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. Could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. First row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against her other wrist that ends up in a bandaged stump. Makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so I give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How can I know? The teacher passes up his assignment and announces we'll be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shizun Hakamichi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly girl with No! What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you, too. But I'm not Hakamichi, I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi Shizan. Giggling, Misha points at the girl sitting next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. Looks like she's been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly as soon as she knows my presence, but only barely. She has short, yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, with a pair of overall-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of her dainty nose. And dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slowly bored. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and gets a few gestures of her own. I started to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you? I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you... Fuck! Give voices! I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would think I was Shichan. Shichan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says nice things. She says it's nice to meet you, too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shichan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today. So soon, Hichan, right? Hichan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say that out loud? It's just a surprise. I never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. Yeah, you look just like a Shichan. Like a Hichan. Fuck! I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands at a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shichan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, feel free to ask her. So you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you've had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just came straight to class today. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with the school either. Oh, always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shichan? Learn about where you're going. Well, I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I don't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly, but anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? Doesn't seem like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal. As much as needing help, stop looking like you just failed a test. And another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizun would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizun is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, and I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizun, who I assume would all be over business. Well, she seems like that, just less so, I guess. Huh? Oh, right, we haven't even touched the assignment. We just start working right now, or Shi-chan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so should we start now if we want to finish it for the end of the class? That too! Fuck, give me my stream! 8 views 30 minutes ago? What the fuck? That's a lie! That's a lie! Shizun glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging, yet combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finish it in a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizun and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. Clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who's beckoning me in the hallway and down the stairs. We descend, even below the lobby where I met Moto, but down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's a cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care. She opens into the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice! It feels like I'm back at the hospital, portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizun to a table sitting opposite of her. I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat. Misha pokes me to the side to get my attention and points to Shizun. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite? You want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask us if there's something. I wonder. I've played this game long enough. I've played these games before. Ask about the library. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Clearly I've gotten to reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha does a kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. There is! It's in the second floor. We can show it to you sometime. Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizun sigh back and forth, very animated, with sideways glances at Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about some secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice the conversation inside is not enough to fill silence. We've arrived in the classroom early, but we're not the first. That dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over in her desk in the last row. She jumps a bit when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She sinks deeper into her seat, and I can feel the tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning to stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizun either don't notice or don't mind it as they walk directly past her to their seats to begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with the other students, and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange, as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School's finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizun are having a short conversation after a bit of deliberation. Oh shit. Misha and Shizun are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, He-chan. We've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure. Wait, the teacher said I had to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out the other senior classroom from the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. but it's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, with the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How is that official? Don't be silly, Hichan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this really will be only a quick visit, like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text head nurse and a nameplate. A voice comes from inside, responding to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. Sounded like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns to me on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee coverings lingering on the desk. Hello there, what can I do for you today? He's young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks with that impression wash away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who's heard the same very question hundreds of times. Why, yes, I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by my name, or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I should probably grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right. I'm a new student, and my homeroom teachers told me to come meet you. My name is Heizen Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation, and he snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that, Nakai! I was just reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle dysfunction, right? He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of different facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this feels like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do any brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. I'm not sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, just let me find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shovels stacks of paper around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminated flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminded me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a big file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So you already have medication for the arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright. I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick our ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport. Just have something to do, I guess. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to the heart. Risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of your cause in papers. Not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptantly, but he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe? There is a pool here. So I was told. You were. Very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take care of it and not overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good, that's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at any other students, so I watch people come out of the school going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going, and I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students in a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? Or one of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I'm feeling tired instead of hungry. The wariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorm, set a little way apart but from that A-Bell complex. There's a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on my tired mind that the fresh feels novel because I haven't been outside of it all for that long. Guys, I think Foxboro's left. The dorm building is big and made of red brick like the others. It feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. It takes us more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given in my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the room is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like the main building, the halls and dorms are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. Same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallways. I poke my head around the corners. The common room door. Inside are a few students that are watching television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. It seems the only girls around here are sociable. I suppose it's perfectly fine for me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seem to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates of the room adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there's just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of 117, so I knock lightly. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside I hear few movements. Then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. A bespectacled boy. Whatever. Is standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His smell stinks of garlic. Eyes of Nakai. Moving into the next room, I thought I should introduce His face suddenly brightens at the realization. He stands back upright, thrusting his hand out and smiling and breathing, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup, dude? The name's Kenji. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude. Vehement welcome. There were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because they could have been some other people, too. You can't judge a book by its cover. It's out of place forever. It's left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Heizo. Me? I don't think I can trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you like? I hope not smart. What do you look like? I hope not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment and searches the door handle and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting on the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Hichan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. Kind of hoped I would have, then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down in the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming for the entire school day too, so I still think I am. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go to the books for some library. Go to the books for some... What the fuck? Tomorrow I'll go to the library for some books. Yeah, I'll do that. And for now, the bottles of medication neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick one up, shake it around just to hear the contents rattle inside, then read off the glued-on pharmacy label. Heizo Nakai. 2 tablets daily to stay alive. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted, having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, but after that I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. Then it beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness and familiarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. You know, since I started to stream, I've been feeling the passing of time. What am I talking about? I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed, it's me who was supposed to be the one living here. My back's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottle for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake it up a pail, and pop it out of a tablet from the foil sheet. I down them a pacer of water without being able to think about the chemistry. My uniform's in the closet. I sing out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one. A natural one. Feels like a school uniform as it should be. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a natural school. Except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Misha's constant laughter and Shizu's sweeping sign language gestures. But I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizun about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down to the top of his foot, perfect and evenly flat. Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That is a good question, Hee-chan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone has the courage to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events like the festival coming in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out, doing whatever. So, you've actually transferred in a very busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, Shi-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts sounding desperately to Shizun, asking her to bail her out. Shizun adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Huh? Oh! Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizun's word at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads starting to look in our direction. Not so loud! Human beings evolve with each new iteration. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will eventually change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win with prizes. Teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally, noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizun didn't seem embarrassed about it at all, brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class and should start working. Oh, that's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right, Hee-chan. Are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? Could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchange between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does at every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizun suddenly look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the long girl with dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in a group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who also is looking at the haired girl go. Why didn't he say anything? Hee-chan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, we were asking you. You don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch again then? Sure. Yay! Okay, Hee-chan, perfect! The rest of my class passes uneventfully. The girl with long hair never came back. Before I had the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informed us that it's time to stop working. Shizun looks a little more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish our work in time, but I'm glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. I'd argue it was. Yes, it is, Hee-chan. Impossible. Really? Really? I've noticed it before, but it's kind of funny how Misha's always moving her hands, deciding on only everything she says what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizun can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizun? I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizun can't hear me. And would it be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha? Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing. It will take some time getting used to. It's not a contest because contests have competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's really not a contest. Shizun's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed how dark and blue her eyes are. It's straight. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hee-chan? Very sure. You're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities and the prize and the satisfaction of proving them. Shizun pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with him. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. I'm an old school. I like to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's something similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizun and Misha pulled me into the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classrooms or outdoors. I saw some classmates head back to lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hee-chan, you want to know about club stuff, right? Right, Shi-chan. Okay, I guess that makes sense to ask first. Shinjin little nods of confirmation. They turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver her speech. Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There's a book club, right, Hee-chan? Right, but it seems I have all the members they could possibly have right now. Sorry, Hee-chan, it's a really popular club. Ah, okay, but more to the point, Hee-chan, does this mean you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good, great, that's great, Hee-chan, really great. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hee-chan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one thing. Student council! I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizun looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizun quickly retakes control of the discussion and manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice whatever she says. Oh, right. Hee-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They can use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hee-chan. Shi-chan and I are both on the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. Starting to get the suspicious feeling that Shizun and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizun quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join us because we obviously benefit from you joining the student council. Therefore, we have an incentive to try and get you to. So you're admitting that? No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hee-chan, of course, it would be nice if you joined, and we appreciate it. But even with all that, the student council shows a healthy interest in working useful in school. Yep, it's true, Hee-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hee-chan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is some really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying their hard to look cutest, although they were already pretty cute to begin with. Well, so it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hee-chan. What? Oh, no! Oh, see, Hee-chan, of course I want to go so easily. Yep, that's right. Though it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hee-chan knows the candy now. You're betting on it? Hey, my life's not a game here. She seems very intrigued by this, but Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Ooh, that's interesting, Hee-chan. Let's play a game. That's what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hee-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Oh, why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal, but what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I'll have to decline. Hee-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us? That would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry. It's hard to tell where she's in influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting the young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No! How about a game of paper football instead of rich man format? Paper football? Hold up, Jet. Alright, chat, I'm back. I'm alive! I live! I'm out of water. No, I'll go. I'm not actually leaving again. I'm gonna go get some more water. Okay, guys, I'm back again. Oh, we've been streaming for about 45 minutes. That's honestly kind of crazy. My throat has definitely died. Wow, I live! I love the student council. The song, not the place. What the fuck? No! I knew this day would happen. Fuck you. Get bent. Bitch. How dare you? Evil being. Come back. Thanks, man. Okay, chat. That was very fun. You know what I just did? I uploaded a new video because I'm cooler than you. I think I'm gonna save here. And we're gonna quit. You know, it's very sad because we haven't even gotten to the actual fucking girl. We haven't even gotten to the main character of the stream. So I'll see you later, and I hope y'all enjoy your day.